So now that you have a slightly better idea of what the DOM is and what the document object is, let's see how we use the document object. So what we can do here is we can open Chrome Developer Tools, and you'll see if I type in document that the browser knows about it. So if I type document, you see that it exists, and there's got a whole structure to my web page. So what we can do now, let me see if I can clear this. So what I can do now is I can go to document.query selector, and in this case query selector, and then what I can see these are all the things that's actually in my document. So I can ask the name. You see what I can get here? I can get the name which has been entered in my text box over here. So what I can also do, you see I'm getting a reference to the document query selector name. So what I can also do, if you look here and I make this Azola, I do that, I click there, okay, left hand side. Okay, I'm getting an error here. Okay, I can't set the whole thing, I need to set the value of the elements. In this case, I need to go here, I need to say value. So I want to take the document query selector to get that element. I want to update the value to Azola, and as you can see up here, the value will change. I can change this back to Lindani. So I can do that, and you can also see that I can access other elements on the web page. I think I have the date, so I can actually see what the date is. So you can see here the date is currently 3/17, which is right. I can go here and I can change this to the 25th, and I can do the same thing again, and you will see that by accessing the DOM I can access values in my web page. You'll also see that currently if I press my button nothing happens. So what we can do is we can see if we can add an event listener. Add event listener. Okay, not the date. I want to say if I click on let's go and see what the name of my button is. So if I go here, my button is called the button. So if I go back to my browser and I go here and I can say the button. Let's just see if I'm getting something. Okay, there's my button. And now I can say add event listener, and I can say let's add event listener for click. And then we can add a function here. Then we add that, and then we can add alert message, which is a special thing we do here. When you say you clicked me. Okay, so let's see. So now I'm adding this. So what we can do here is, if you click on me now, you see, so now I added a little event listener to my button when you're clicking it. So I got a reference to the document element, and then I say add event listener, click, and by doing that I was able to add some behavior to my web pages. So using this, we can now start creating something better. In the next episode, we'll see how we can write this code, not in Chrome Developer Tools, but how we can actually write this in a script file so that we can start adding behavior to our web page. Because if I reload my page now, you'll see my event will be gone that I added to this button, because this is just a temporary thing that I've added. So in the next screencast, we'll see how to make that so that we can add some interactive and more permanent behavior to our web page using the DOM.